Welcome everybody, it's Mr. Bull897 here, and today we have a special video. We reached 50 subscribers at one point today and then dropped back down to 49, but I'm still saying it's about 50. Now, I do have another series I am going to make based off of the 50 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. Keep your eyes peeled. I think people will enjoy it, especially newer YouTubers. It's something for all of us. Anyway, to the point of the day. I am coming at you today with my first review of a game. I've played a lot of video games, so of course I am somewhat of a nerd. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert by any means, but I know a little bit about development processes. I know a little bit about everything to do with how video games are made, and I've played a lot of video games. Now, granted, I will say this at the beginning. This is entirely opinionated. Everyone can have their own opinion. You can say whatever the hell you want in the comments, it's not going to bother me, but at the same time, I want you guys to know that this is my opinion on Pokemon Go. Let's get to it! To start off, I do want to mention that Pokemon Go is an amazing concept. When I heard about a Pokemon game being released where I could walk around in the real world and throw a Pokeball and catch a Pokemon and see it walking around, I was extremely excited. I felt the childhood version of me coming out. It's an amazing concept. It was a great idea from the get-go, and I highly backed it. The day it released is the day I downloaded it, and unfortunately, it did not live up to my expectations. Now, it does have a lot of good concepts, and we'll get into that as well. But first off, the worst part of the entire game that I could find was the battling system. What the fuck is that? I mean, come on. You swipe and you tap to battle? That's not a Pokemon game. To me, what made Pokemon, most people, I guess, are in it for collecting the Pokemon. I was never in the gotta catch 'em all mode. I loved the battling system. It was probably the only turn-based strategy game that I ever enjoyed. So that battling system is what I was looking for in Pokemon Go, especially the ability to walk around the real world and find other people, and maybe even, hey, there's a Pokemon here on the street, we gotta battle over it to see who's gonna get it. No, you gotta go to a gym for that. That really irritates me. And then what happened to battling the individual Pokemon? I mean, in the games, the real games, when you're wandering around, if you run into a Pokemon, you have to battle them, and that's how you leveled up your Pokemon. So, the whole battling system just kind of ruins what it is in general. But I'm not saying it's like the worst game in existence as much as it does not have the substance I was expecting it to have for Pokemon. Now, that said, there's a few more issues to it. The app performance. Every time I've launched the game, it's ended in a crash of some sort. I mean, I'll catch my Pokemon, I'll do what I'm wanting to do, but eventually it crashes on me. I don't know why, maybe it's because my phone's not the greatest, maybe I did something wrong, but I've had a lot of issues with it detecting where Pokemon are, with it showing up, especially on the camera preview, and with it just in general. It crashes all the time. So that really bothers gyms. The gyms are cool, but what's the point in them? I mean, you get like rewards for holding the gym and stuff. I get that, but like, what? Pokemon was kind of the entire story was going from gym to gym conquering. That's how it was. So why do I just have to station a Pokemon there and hope that it holds it and then go back once someone takes it? There needs to be something else to it, and I don't really have any suggestions. I'm not a game developer, but I mean, I get having to go back to the gym and do things, but I lose all my stuff if someone else takes my gym. Come on. I mean, that's just simply not feasible. There's a gym right by where my mom lives here in town. And so, of course, anytime I go over there, I start battling out and trying to take over the gym. But the second I leave, there's dozens of other people that live over there that play the game that just keep the gym no matter what you do. So there's no way, if you live close to it, you're gonna own the gym. Plain and simple. That said, there's a little bit more to it. The overall world is a great idea, having it mapped out like that. But I noticed that when you're in certain areas of the world, they just don't show up. Like, I live off of a highway, so I'm not too far away from like any city or anything like that. I expected to see a lot of Pokemon. I'm not like extremely rural, so why am I not seeing that many Pokemon? Well, I go 2 miles down the road to Walmart, and the entire road is flooded with Pokemon. I mean, come on. All I want is a few in my parking lot, so I don't have to go wandering all the way across the city. So there's that. Now, that said, all of that said, I am not going to get into some of the specifics on being in the news recently for dumbasses driving and playing Pokemon because really, that's your own damn fault. Don't drive and play Pokemon just like you wouldn't drive and text. So, doing that does not put Pokemon in as the people who are inspiring you to drive and catch Pokemon. So, just grow up and take responsibility for your actions. Don't blame McDonald's for making you fat. That's plain and simple how it is. You eat McDonald's, you're going to get fat. You play Pokemon while you're driving, you're probably going to crash. Now, let's move on to the best point of this entire game. The coolest thing that I have found about this game is you get to collect Pokemon. I mean, who doesn't love that? You get to see them in real world. And hell, Eevee's still cute, even on my phone with not the best graphics in the world. A lot cuter than she was years ago. So, getting to collect the Pokemon brings out the inner child in me. And to me, that's what I see valuable in this game, is that it has that social element that no game has had before, even though it takes out some of the biggest concepts that I would love to see them bring back. And maybe they just got rid of them, like the battling system. Maybe it just changed simply for release purposes, for release dates, or maybe because it was too taxing on a phone. I don't know, but all I do know, I've been playing Pokemon Yellow recently on my phone myself. So these are just a few of the concepts that I don't like about the game, and some of them that I do like. There's quite a bit of stuff that I find interesting. I like collecting Pokemon, especially when I'm like watching TV. I'll sit on my couch and just see if there's anything that spawns around me. It's kind of interesting. I like it for the gotta catch 'em all feel, but to me, plain and simple, Pokemon was the battling system. That was what made it important. Anyway, guys, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Please put it right down below this video. And while you're at it, click that like button and click the subscribe button next to it. I would greatly appreciate that. I'll catch you on the next one. This is Mr. Bull 897. We're going to be signing out.